Good evening. I'm so happy you can join us for this important occasion in the life of our school and in the lives of each of our graduating seniors. I'm going to share a secret. Please keep this just between you and me. As the interim director at ISD, I really did not know what I was getting into before I arrived in Dhaka. Sure, I knew the school by its reputation, and sure, I had spoken at length with the previous director, Mr. Coburn, and also with Miss Ildico and Mr. Thomas. Many teachers offered to answer my questions, and I took them up on those offers. I spoke with my educational colleagues, the directors at international schools around the world. I spoke with International School Services, who guides the educational quality at ISD. I read social media posts, both from the school and from the Dhaka community. And in other words, I tried to do my homework before arriving. From all my sources, though, it didn't come close to the reality that I discovered once I got here. Let me explain. Though everyone tried to help me understand, I missed the point, you see. ISD cannot be described to you by someone else. To be an ISD hawk, you must live it and experience it yourself. I only knew a teeny tiny portion of what it meant to be part of the ISD family. I could only truly learn it by being here. Yes, all of the reports gave me accurate information, but until I arrived, I was not able to even imagine what it meant to be a hawk. Since I've arrived, the quality of the teachers has blown me away. And when I drop into classes or attend house events or IB presentations, I am constantly stopped in my tracks by the talents and enthusiasm of our students. They are dedicated and inspiring and easily step into positions of leadership. The parents really care that their sons and daughters work hard and learn all they can. You see, I had no idea how deeply ISD becomes embedded in the lives of students, faculty, families, and directors. Of the international schools I've served, I've never seen, or should I say, I've never felt like what I feel at ISD. International School Dhaka becomes part of you because you become part of it. I know that I will have ISD a part of me forever, and I know it is a part of you and will be for a lifetime. Tonight, I extend a warm welcome to the parents of our graduates, to the ISD Board of Trustees, to the ISD faculty, to the friends of our graduating seniors, both those who are here at ISD and those who come from other schools, and of course, to the graduates themselves. It is noteworthy that we have people presenting tonight and watching from nearly every continent. How cool it is to have such an international presence for our international school graduation. Enjoy tonight's ceremony, and thank you for coming. It is my pleasure to introduce our next presenter, ISD's high school principal, Chris Boyle.
Members of the ISD Governing Board, Dr. Kurt, parents, students and faculty of ISD, soon-to-be graduates, ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to welcome you to the 2021 International School Dhaka graduation ceremony. Graduates, today is a big day. It's a celebration of all that you have accomplished and overcome, and a launching point for everything that you will accomplish in the future. Today, you move on from secondary school and into the adult world. This understandably comes with a mixture of emotions, some of which you might be feeling at this very moment. For the less than pleasant emotions, perhaps some anxiety or even trepidation about what the future holds, please remember that you have individual strength. You also have the strength that comes from the love and the support of your family and the support of your ISD family. All of you have made friendships here at ISD that will last well beyond this graduation ceremony and will keep you strong and grounded during difficult times. Many of you have been at ISD for a long time. You've seen a lot of change during that time, including students and classmates leaving for other schools and the excitement of having new students join the class of 2021. No matter how long you've been here at ISD, I hope that you will take the lessons that you've learned here and go out and make some positive impact on your community. As simple as that sounds, that's really what it's all about. My favorite educational leader, Dr. Thomas Guskey, recently shared a quote that I loved. He said, "Teachers' greatest pride comes in the success of their students." Class of 2021, you give us great pride, and I know you will go out and continue to do so. As you depart your home and safety nest here in Dhaka, you have the exciting and slightly scary opportunity to create your own life and future. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you. Next, I would like to introduce our outstanding college counselor, Miss Ellen Johnston, who will introduce our Class of 2021 salutatorian.
Our salutatorian for the class of 2021 is Elma Aman, who graduated from ISD with a cumulative GPA of 4.5 earned during the IB diploma years. Elma first reached out to me in June of 2020, asking how many universities she could shortlist to apply for in the fall. I could tell then that Elma was organized and eager to start the college application process. As the newly arriving college counselor, I've benefited greatly from conversations with Elma, connecting online this year to discuss university admissions, as well as cultural conversations we've had as I settled into life in Dhaka. Though we didn't have the chance to meet this year, I could tell how intently she focused on the task before her and admire the way she listens intently and thoughtfully responds. During her time at ISD, Elma joined the ISD high school volleyball team, volunteered with the Abinta Kabir Foundation, continuing her work with Rise and Shine even during the pandemic, and participated in the secondary school production of A Dream, A Circus Tale. This fall, Elma returns to a place that's familiar to her. She will join the class of 2025 at the University of Toronto to earn an honors Bachelor of Science degree in her first selected program studying psychology and neuroscience. What an honor and a pleasure it's been to work with such a dutiful and compassionate student. Your salutatorian for the class of 2021, Elma Aman.
Thank you, Miss Ellen, for your kind introduction. Good evening, friends, family, teachers, and staff. My name is Elma Aman, and I am honored to be representing the class of 2021 as the salutatorian. I would like to begin by saying how proud I am of all of us. Our batch has always had the odds stacked against us, but despite all of that, we pushed through and made it here today for our high school graduation. We were once known as the most challenging class, the batch filled with the most notorious troublemakers this school has ever seen. But I believe that in the past year and a half, we have changed our narrative. The circumstances that we were forced to endure because of the pandemic has characterized the class of 2021 as resilient, tenacious, and perseverant. We are headstrong, we are stubborn, and we are brave. ISD has never seen people like us, and they probably never will. The journey has been bittersweet for us all. We were robbed of the many things we deserved. An in-person graduation, our prom, one last trip abroad, senior prank day, and even graduation pictures. We didn't get the chance to walk on campus one last time and say goodbye to the place we've called home for so long. We didn't get to hug our teachers or our friends. We didn't even get to take the IB exams, even though we're all relieved about that one. These missed experiences are massive, and we should acknowledge them, because we miss out on the ability to completely close this chapter of our lives. But tonight is not a pity party. Tonight is a celebration of the fact that despite everything, here we are, graduating. When I think about our grade, unity isn't the first thing that comes to mind. Loud, wild, opinionated, yes, but unified? Not really. This was supposed to be the year that we fixed that, the year that we finally got over ourselves and our massive egos and just connected, bonded. But we didn't get that. Instead, we all became even more separated and isolated as we tried to get through this hectic year with our laptops. However, I can confidently say that I feel a special connection with everyone in our graduating class, regardless of how long I've known them or how close we are to each other. The silly feuds and fights, the friendships made and broken, the laughter and the tears, all these things have shaped me as a person. I mean, how can you spend 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for the past 4 years of your life and not be influenced by the people around you? Everything that I have gone through, everything that we have gone through, has shaped us into the people that we are today. Even though we aren't getting the goodbye we wanted, I think we can all find closure in the fact that if you look within yourself, you will see a piece of every person in this grade in you. Don't forget that. Some people may say that high school doesn't matter and that we're going to forget about it in a few years, but I don't think that's true. I believe that high school builds character, and it serves as a foundation for the rest of your life. What you will do, the kinds of relationships you will build, the person you will become, all of that starts with ISD. And it starts with us, the batch of 2021. In a few months, we will all go our separate ways to many different places. The US, Canada, the UK, Australia, even Hong Kong and Dubai. This may be the last time that we all come together as a grade, online or in person. But we should all make a promise to each other that we will never forget the lessons we learned and the people we met. As I said before, we all made each other who we are. If you lose these people, you lose a part of your childhood, perhaps even an essential part of your own identity. Because no matter how far we go or how much time passes, we will always be a part of the batch of 2021. Thank you.
Our valedictorian for the class of 2021 is Rizliana Khan, who graduates from ISD with a cumulative grade point average of 4.61, earned during the International Baccalaureate Diploma years. Rizliana first reached out to me in July 2020, asking if she had enough safety and match schools on her university shortlist. To apply to university, Rizliana designed and implemented a process after identifying her strengths and areas of improvement to work on during her senior year. As the newly arriving college counselor, I knew the questions she brought to me were well-researched and relevant to others in the class. Rizliana will join the class of 2025 at the University of California, Berkeley as a Regents and Chancellor's Scholar, an honor extended to a select cohort of Berkeley undergraduates who stand out for their creativity, leadership, service, and strong convictions which reflect the university's commitment to excellence. Rizliana was accepted to the following universities: Brown University, Duke University, New York University, the University of California, Los Angeles, the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, the University of Rochester, the University of Southern California, McGill University in Canada, the University of British Columbia, and University of Toronto. We've been fortunate to have observed and learned from such a dynamic young adult. Welcome your valedictorian for the class of 2021, Rizliana Khan.
Ever since we entered high school, our grade was called complicated but entertaining, notorious but unprecedented, surprising but determined. We were the grade that could do it all. We had fun, sometimes a little too much fun, but somehow we always got the work done, even if our work was a few days, weeks, or months late. Despite that, much of our high school was spent planning, waiting, overthinking, and counting down. Too often, we were suspended in the thoughts of getting out of school instead of being rooted in the now. I know this because I've always been one of those people. I, like many others, have fallen victim to a countdown to the next class period, the next long weekend, the next DISA. Recently and for a long time, we were counting down till the end of final exams. Up until a few hours ago, a countdown till graduation. And at the end, perhaps a new countdown will begin. The dangerous thing about living under this countdown culture is that we can never enjoy each moment for what it truly means. This year, I remember having many nostalgic conversations with my classmates, which always ended with us wishing we had one more day with each other, one more day on campus. And that is when I realized how fundamentally wrong it was to be counting down to the end so soon. That's why I want to share some stories and some things I've learned throughout high school in ISD. Let's start at the blurry part, freshman year. We were all surprisingly friends that year, groups of people that now we can't imagine together were having fun. We began with a traditional Week Without Walls trip to Nepal, where we expected to relax in the mountains. Oh, were we wrong! The most difficult day was when we spent 8 hours trekking in the blazing hot sun, only to reach a campsite with a hole in the ground as a toilet and a shower tent with a bucket of freezing water. We were upset. Some of us frantically calling our parents, telling them to send helicopters to fly us out, and others ranting to Mr. Dan about how this wasn't fair. He got cussed out quite a bit that day. But after spending a day with the locals and helping to build the house, we learned to adjust. Being bundled up in puffer jackets and squatting in the toilets didn't seem so bad anymore. We huddled together when it got too cold and blasted Logic's 1-800 or Travis Scott's Goosebumps until we couldn't take it anymore. By the last day of camping, most girls were constipated and most of the guys stank. It got so bad that Mr. Dan had to force the guys to take a shower. If there's one thing we took away from Nepal, is that there are going to be countless times when something gets difficult, and then only becomes more difficult. It might feel like you're falling down from the 3rd floor of a building. We are just going to have to adapt and make the best of our experience. Grade 10 was rough. Our grade drifted apart, new friend groups formed, and others broke off. Even with all this disconnect, there were always those few moments we came together. Whether it was during the bumpy boat rides in Tioman, where we held someone's hair as they vomited their guts out into plastic packets, or during classes where we laughed at each other's jokes, forgetting the past for that brief moment. This was a time we could grow as individuals within our own friend groups and realize who and what type of people we wanted to surround ourselves with. And that's fine. We can't all have the same passions, perspectives, opinions, and aspirations. So after that year, we got through the worst of it. Junior year, the year we started liking each other again, mostly through our shared complaints. Everyone would complain about how they couldn't type up their TOK essay because they had to study for a math test, or they couldn't read the Angelou poems that were assigned 2 weeks ago because they had a lab. My favorite moment this year was when our whole grade was somehow absent on the same day. Mr. Zakaria was disappointed, but after hearing our desperate pleas trying to convince him that the absence was a coincidence, he had enough. He snapped and told us that we had after-school detention for 1 whole week. This was one of the many stupid things our grade has done, some of which I can't even talk about. Together, we created this environment in school which can never be replicated elsewhere. Junior year was supposed to be the year we mend all the broken friendships, but that got cut too short. Senior year was unexpected. We were all looking forward to senior year traditions like prom, senior prank day, graduation. We missed out on a lot, and what could have been the greatest year of our school life was brought down to us being trapped behind a screen, dozing off while the Google Meets kept going. Not longing over what could have been, I'd like to thank the people who made this all possible, our teachers. Without all of you, we would have never ended up in caps and gowns. It's people like you that start classes with today's a new day that make students like me work just that little bit harder. It's people like you that take time out of their own day to provide extra help that make students do well in exams. It's people like you that value us more than our grades and treat us like your own kids that give students the desire to learn. And for that, I speak on the behalf of the class of 2021. Thank you. And then there are our parents. If you were anything like my mom, you could do it all. She kissed me goodbye every morning before school for 12 years. She taught me to give my all into everything I do. She held me while I cried and celebrated my college acceptances. She is all I want to be. And my dad, he motivated me to dream big and taught me that hard work pays off. So thank you to all the parents who've worked relentlessly for the last 18 years and have raised kids of such character. Your son or daughter has made a lasting impact on my life. And now to you, the class of 2021. When you're trekking the mountains in Nepal or chasing your friends with sea slugs in Tioman, you're not thinking about the past nor the future. When you're sitting in an orange and a half, laughing with your friends till your stomach hurts, you're not counting down. When you're standing in front of ISD's grass wall, wearing your traditional outfit and taking pictures, you do not wish for anything to end. If anything, you wish for more time together. Over the years, the class of 2021 has taught me to live life as it goes, to stop being a nerd all the time, and to appreciate things not only in retrospect, but in the moment. Thank you for being in the now with me, here, and in the kaleidoscope of nows that occurred weeks, months, and years before this one. So it's safe to say, in the presence of my grade, I never felt the countdown.
It's a tradition at ISD for members of the senior class to create a video with photos that reflects back on the memories our students have had at International School Dhaka during their time with us.
Our batch is very outgoing.
Wild.
Notorious.
This is so diverse.
Dedicated.
Unique.
Confusing.
Wild.
Small. Very small.
Dumb.
Problematic.
Boring.
Incredible.
Very loud.
Confusing.
Unintelligent.
Troublesome.
Unique. Complicated.
Diverse group.
Chaotic.
I really liked the Nepal trip because I feel like I really had a good time.
We would all sit together and we would just talk about our life, about our feelings, and a really good time for me to bond with people that I've never spoken to before or don't talk to usually. And I'm really going to miss that.
My most embarrassing moment would be when I got hurt in my testicles and like the school nurse couldn't help me and I was just there, like with an ice pack.
I ended up having like the highest absences in the entire school.
My most embarrassing moment would be in Nepal where my glasses fell in the poop hole and I still picked them up because they were expensive.
What I'm going to miss the most is probably, I think, after we're done with an exam and we come to the hall and we all speak about how bad it went.
This is an overwhelming question and I'll miss everything, like hanging out in school and
the teachers. Yeah.
Yes, I'll do Mr. Dad. So in college, I used to play football, but then I got injured. Otherwise, I would have gone professional.
impersonating Mr. Vivian.
You think you can do that? You think you can get away with that? You didn't take shower. You didn't shower this morning. I know you didn't shower.
Alright, so this is Mr. Drew. Alright, it's a new day! Wait, let me start the recording. It's a new day!
Sir Niranjan Bose II. Wake up, boys, wake up! Breakfast is ready, wake up, boys! Come on, Zadid, Ibrahim, Shabab, let's go!
Now, Mr. Aziz. Alright, everybody, get settled in. Hassa, what do you want?
Even though it wasn't most pleasurable experience, hope volume is all aspects of school.
I met the best people I'm probably ever going to meet in my life here.
And in the cafeteria and just goofing around in school and just really enjoying our time in each other's companies.
I'm going to miss AB Kingdom.
I'm going to miss going into the building and having every location remind me of a particular memory.
I think I'm gonna miss my friends I made. The physical building, because I've been going there for 15 years actually, and it feels like a second home.
Oh my god, Kabu, get up. Oh my god.
I would like to thank the class of 2021 for being such an iconic grade, and I wish everyone the best of luck in the future.
My last words to our batch is that I am extremely proud of us and all of our accomplishments, and even though we didn't get to spend as much time together, I'm still really glad that we got to know each other, and I wish all of you the best.
I know we haven't been the closest grade over the past few years, but we do go way back, and we do share a lot of memories. And I'm just so grateful for all the memories that I have at ISD that really made me who I am today. And I wish you all a very bright future ahead. And all I can say is that...
Stop recording me, man!
I hope you all enjoyed this senior video. A big thank you to the 5 students who worked diligently to collect interviews and put that video together. The next part of our ceremony is our faculty commencement address. The class of 2021 voted to select Mr. Dan Popescu as their faculty commencement speaker. Mr. Dan joined ISD in the fall of 2017. He is an incredibly enthusiastic and effective health and physical education teacher, a leader of his department, a mentor, a coach, outdoor education leader, and someone who gives his all to ISD and ISD students every day. It's quite an honor, and Dan is deserving of that honor, to speak on behalf of our faculty today. Please welcome Mr. Dan.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening to everyone. Dear students, parents, and teachers, thank you for the honor given to represent our outstanding faculty as your class of 2021 speaker. Students, you have put a huge honor on my shoulders, and I hope to stand up to the challenge you guys put me up to. It's hard to find my words right now to inspire and motivate you, when in fact you have taught and inspired me more in our 4 years spent together than I could ever have taught or inspire you. Your care for each other and genuine support has made your class go over all challenges thrown in front of you. Most of you have been together at ISD since primary school. That's very, very special. There are many unique moments that are worth mentioning. Nepal trip in grade 9, Tiaman Island trip in grade 10, service involvement, representing our school in the varsity teams, navigating an entire year online and successfully enrolling at prestigious universities. Even though you're all stepping into a fast-paced and forever changing world, be assured that you'll overcome challenges. Trust your years of learning and growth until this point. You are fortunate to have access to all the amazing minds and perspectives that our international teachers and peers brought to the table. I'm humbled and grateful to be one of the teachers that has made a long-lasting positive impact in your lives. Many of you might have seen my motto in the PE office with the 4 agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz that has driven my work and personal life on a daily basis for a while now. I would like to share these agreements with you all since I find them meaningful, truthful, and powerful. 1. Be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity, say only what you mean, and use the power of the word in the direction of truth. 2. Don't make assumptions. Have the courage to ask questions, express what you really want, communicate with others clearly to avoid misunderstandings. 3. Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is the projection of their own reality, not yours. 4. Do your best. Your best will change and adapt from moment to moment, and trying to do your best in any given situation will spare you from regret and self-judgment. When I reflect at my high school graduation day, who would know I would embark on this incredible journey that led me to become an international educator? Will it be an easy and smooth road ahead? Probably not. My journey from high school graduation until today had many ups and downs, obstacles, rewards, and everything in between. But one thing that made me stay motivated was the decision I made to stay positive and optimistic. Perhaps sometimes too optimistically, as all of you know it. Nothing wrong with having a smile on your face and a good mood. I challenge each one of you to look ahead with great courage. Don't be too worried or afraid. Most of the things we constantly worry about never happen anyway. Take full responsibility for the person you want to be and the great things you want to achieve. Draw a solid plan with a big picture in your mind of who you want to be and what you want to achieve, and work it out from there in small steps, each one aimed to help you get where you want to go. Use all the resources available to you, count on your family, and choose friends that are contributing to your academic and personal growth. I leave you with 2 final recommendations that will help you overcome all obstacles coming your way: running and reading. Simple, right? Why running? In fact, any type of physical movement will keep you and your body and mind stay healthy. Research has enough evidence on this. Why reading? We're fortunate to have access to many writings shared by our past generations on a variety of topics, and there's at least one book for any kind of obstacle we might face that will help us learn from and relate to our experience. So, not that hard. Always remember Mr. Dan's final words. For you, run and read. Thank you once more for the honor given to speak at your graduation. Good luck in the next academic step. Please stay in touch with us and share your future successes and endeavors. All the best, your forever ISD family.
Welcome to this evening's graduation at International School Dhaka. When Principal Boyle invited me to say a few words at tonight's ceremony, I was both honored and challenged. Honored by the opportunity to participate with you in this, the 21st commencement at ISD, but challenged because I've not had the chance to meet face-to-face with most of you, and you've not met me. My name is Kurt Nordness, and since last July, I've served as ISD's director in a year that, despite my working from campus, just like you, I've conducted most of my work online. It is such a pleasure to be with you this evening, and yes, we are still online. Expecting the unexpected is a life lesson we must all learn. Take the example of Madison Alvarado, a student at Duke University who was recently interviewed by the New York Times about her year. She related the following. I was the person with a plan, she said. A lot of people are following a preset track, pre-med, financial analyst, PhD. The pandemic put that all into stop mode. It made me realize that not knowing the next step did not mean my world was going to crumble. In fact, I think it made me less scared to face the unknown. In further reflecting on the year, Madison said she was grateful for an invaluable lesson in dealing with how unpredictable life could be. In reading about Madison's experience, it was reminiscent of all of us who faced unforeseen challenges this year. In fact, it reminds me a bit of a BBC television series I loved called Tales of the Unexpected, created and hosted by the celebrated British author Roald Dahl. Each episode would tell the story of an ordinary person that was thrust into the most extraordinary of circumstances. Mr. Dahl's characters learned intriguing and sometimes frightening things about life and about the way they handled life's challenges. The story from the university student Madison and those from Mr. Dahl and his characters have a lot in common with what our seniors have just gone through. But I'll come back to that in a minute. First, let me convey my appreciation with a special thank you to the parents and relatives of these graduates. You have provided the essential ingredients that contribute to a young person's success: guidance, support, and love. Thank you as well to the faculty, the counselors, the administrators, and the school staff who have served as mentors and life coaches to these graduates. Family and faculty have been instrumental in assisting them through an unprecedented time. And I reserve the biggest thank you and congratulations of all to the graduates themselves. We admire you for persevering through your senior year and even part of your junior year online. Those of us present tonight can only imagine how difficult that must have been. You are well on your way toward a successful university experience and lifetime career. So, who are the graduates that we honor tonight? At one level, they are similar to those who came before them. They've tried to live a normal life during unnormal times, and they love sharing favorite stories and memories, such as the Week Without Walls trip. And many would agree with one senior who remarked, "Those were the trips that really united our grade as one, and we had a ton of fun." Another senior saw the possibility to excel and improve despite being online and away from campus. They observed, "My best thing was the fact that I will hopefully score even higher than I did the year before in IB. I've worked really hard in order for this to come true. So, fingers crossed." Fingers crossed indeed. The 11 young women and the 12 young men who are part of this year's graduating class have worked hard each day, just like the seniors have done every year. 2 arrived at ISD just recently during high school. 13 joined ISD during middle school, and 8 joined ISD as primary students. The first 4 to arrive at ISD were Akib, Shabab, Tazrian, and Anila. And we have one student who just arrived this year. That was Prachi. No matter how long, though, our graduates have been at ISD, all have arrived in time to reach this important benchmark in life. Graduation is the end of the journey of your primary, middle school, and high school career. It is also sometimes called commencement, meaning beginning, as in the beginning of a lifetime of achievements about to be accomplished. The high school, and for some, the International Baccalaureate diploma you're all about to receive proved you've worked hard and succeeded in life so far. All of us know you will achieve even bigger accomplishments on the road ahead. How do we know that? It's because you've already succeeded in dealing with one of the biggest challenges we face in this life. That is, dealing with life's unexpected surprises. So what about this challenge of dealing with the unexpected? I'd make the case that Mr. Dahl and more recently university student Madison are onto something. They've come to understand that if you can deal with the unexpected, you will successfully navigate the challenges that life brings. Graduates, the lessons you've learned this year will help prepare you for the experiences ahead. Again, I congratulate you and encourage you to remember this year's lessons when you come face to face with tough times. You've proven you know how to do it, so let your experiences be a source of strength when life throws you a hurdle or even a roadblock. My best wishes to you all.
We are very close to the moment we've all been waiting for, the conferring of diplomas. But first, I would like to introduce Ms. Nilanti Das, ISD's Vice Principal for Curriculum, who will outline the criteria for the honor and high honor roll.
International School Dhaka is proud to recognize individual student achievement as academic distinction. There are two levels of academic distinction, honor roll and high honors. Honor roll represents students achieving a GPA of 3.5 in grade 12. High honors represents students achieving a minimum GPA of 3.8 in grade 12.
We have arrived at the point where we present the members of the 2021 ISD graduating class. Tasnuva Ahmed will read the members of the class alphabetical by first name, as well as any awards or recognitions bestowed upon them.
Thank you, Mr. Boyle. Amira Naziha Karim, recipient of Performing Arts Award and High Honors, Abdullah Ibn Hanan. Recipient of Honor Roll, Anila Aman. Recipient of High Honors, Akib Arafat Khan. Recipient of Honor Roll, Dewan Elma Ahmed. Salutatorian. Recipient of High Honors, Elma Aman. Fahmid Hassan Azeb. Recipient of High Honors, Farin Simran Ahmed. Ibrahim Ali. M. Abrarul Haq. Maher Ahmed Agha. Muhammad Yusuf Al-Islam. Recipient of High Honors, Muhammad Hosa Binte Hassan. Prachi Cecilia Daring. Recipient of Honor Roll, Rabaz Anwar Rahim. Recipient of High Honors, Raisa Farhan Chaudhary. Valedictorian. Recipient of High Honors, Rizliana Khan. Recipient of Honor Roll, Sajid Islam Ridul. Samdid Kabir. Recipient of Honor Roll, Shadman Shabab Alam. Recipient of High Honors, Tasnuva Siddiqui. Tazrian Hamid Mahmood. Recipient of High Honors, Zadid Azman.
Seniors, please stand for the presentation of the graduates. Dr. Kurt, on behalf of the faculty of the International School Dhaka, I present to you the candidates for the high school diploma. I certify that they have met all requirements for graduation.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty of ISD, and by virtue of the authority bestowed to me by the ISD Governing Board, I confer to each of you a high school diploma.
Graduates watching from home, you have been awarded your high school diploma from our director, Dr. Kurt. Please move your tassels from right to left to signify that you are now a graduate of the International School Dhaka. Congratulations, class of 2021. It's my honor to introduce Mr. John Drury to give the charge to the graduate speech as we approach the end of our ceremony today. Mr. Drury joined ISD in 2016 and has taught a number of courses within the I&S department. Currently, he serves as the DP coordinator and teacher of economics and theory of knowledge. As DP coordinator and a DP teacher, John knows these seniors extremely well, and he deserves a lot of credit for getting them to graduation that we celebrate today. Thank you for all you have done for the class of 2021 and for ISD, Mr. Drury.
Notorious. It's a word defined by Webster in two ways. One, known and talked of. Two, widely and unfavorably known. Now, I know you'd like to think that it's the second definition that applies to you. And I can't lie that you guys did come with some reputation. When I took the job of DP coordinator, there was some gentle ribbing from the staff about how I was in for it. You guys were my legacy, my first DP cohort to guide through the program, and that it was going to be trouble. And there were some challenges. I'll admit, trying to organize a grade 11 sleepover for you guys was an exercise in futility. You're like a leaderless pack. But if you think it's the second definition that applies to you, you've got it all wrong. You will be notorious at ISD, but not for giving the staff members a few extra wrinkles or gray hairs from the stress. You'll be known and talked of at ISD because you guys managed to complete 3/4 of the DP program in a virtual learning environment. And by all accounts, you did so in a stellar fashion. I've come to realize that your leaderless nature belies some very impressive leadership qualities and independence that each of you demonstrated individually. I am immensely proud of all that you've accomplished, and so should you be. I accept you as my DP coordinator legacy with honor. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've learned more from you than you've learned from me. This was a journey unlike any other, and I thank you for navigating it with me. It's my last time I get to tell you this, so today is a new day. Thank you for choosing me. Congrats, class of 2021.
Thank you, Mr. Drury, and a special thank you to all ISD faculty, past and present, for all of the positive impacts you have made in our students' lives. The joy and excitement of graduation would not be possible without the countless hours you have given and the constant support and encouragement you have provided. Parents, thank you for all you have done for your children and for partnering with ISD in their education. We are so excited to see what the class of 2021 goes out to accomplish in their future and look forward to seeing you all again on the ISD campus. We hope you will always see it as your second home. Thank you for attending today's ceremony. A final congratulations to the class of 2021 and to all the families who are here today to celebrate this great occasion. Good night and go Hawks.